Now this is the best way to optimize your fire team. Let's talk about it. What's good YouTube, NoGoodEman coming to you today with a fire team meta guide video. So guys, in this video, we're going to teach you guys the best way to optimize your fire team, the best stats, the best artifacts, and everything in between. You see Kane already waiting. She's not here yet, so I'm in the way. Lady, you're in the way. Get you move around. We're going to teach you guys the best way to optimize the current fire team. But before we talk a single thing, make sure you guys leave a like on the video. If you're new, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Turn on post notifications so you don't miss a live or an upload. Now, honestly, let's waste no time because my last 3 videos have been about the fire meta in some way, shape, or fashion. So starting off, honestly, let's just talk about the team composition. So I want to go to manage teams, really manage presets, and show you guys what I have going on as far as my my fire team meta. So ESIL, GINA, and SOOHYUN. These are the strongest 3 in the fire team meta, but these aren't the only option. So what do I mean when I say that? There are actually 2 other very good hunters you can substitute. Think Emma Laurent and then think Choi Jonin. So you might see a team like this. Something like this can probably also do well in a fire meta. It's obviously going to offer a little bit less damage, but this team is also as nuclear as the team that we are going to talk about. But honestly, there might be no team as nuclear than this team right here. I know I just said it and it's kind of contradicting immediately, but guys, honestly, this team eats, this team melts, and if you look at it, I don't even have ESIL maxed out. SOOHYUN, I just got 2 dupes of her today. I played at WOBO normal Deimos with like an A6 SOOHYUN and she was melting Deimos. So with that, once I max out my SOOHYUN weapon and hunter, she's gonna be an even crazier monster. I do want to note that the weapons for each and every one of these hunters are so essential. But honestly, guys, GINA's weapon is a sleeper, I want to say, because I ended up salvaging GINA's weapon before. So with that, I will say if you guys did salvage GINA's weapon as well, go ahead and get that back, because at max, guys, you want this increasing all team members attack and fire damage by 1%, stacking up to 10 times over that infinite duration. So an infinite buff for your fire team members fire damage and their attack, you definitely want that maxed out. And then ESIL honestly has one of the most insane weapons in the game. The additional attack of the team member with the highest critical hit rate increases by 300 per 1000 of ESIL's additional attack. Max additional attack cap will be 2400, so go ahead and eat when you guys have ESIL at 8000 or more attack, I believe. And then from there, make sure that your highest DPS character, for me it's going to be SOOHYUN, has the highest critical hit rate. So just go ahead and click that magnifying glass. As you can see, my SOOHYUN 8100 critical hit rate, and then if I look at GINA, I want to make sure she's a little bit less, 4500. Very nice, very lovely. And then my ESIL also 5400. So she's not the third most, or she doesn't have the most, but she doesn't have the least. Not bad. And then if you do look at my ESIL, her attack did drop a little bit. That's because I did end up switching out my cores. She had it maxed out. I think it was a Ancient Wrath Obsession. This one gave her additional attack and damage increase, but honestly, ESIL has like no crit embedded into her artifact, so I kind of got to do some artifact grinding on the back end. But once I get those artifacts, we're gonna be in a way better spot. Now, let's go ahead and break this down a little bit deeper. So let's do some stat breakdown, starting with SOOHYUN, guys. Honestly, this is some insane stats in front of you, and I am very lucky to have this, but let's go ahead and talk about it. 31k attack, 50% crit rate, 161 on the critical hit damage, 18% defensive penetration, then 30% damage increase. Here's what I'll say, guys. I believe, and I have no conclusive evidence to support this, but I believe that around 15% is a very good defensive penetration for the entire fire team. Now, I've seen videos and I've seen people have like 40% defensive penetration, and that's even more insane, and I kind of want to see what that's like, so I'm definitely going to be grinding artifacts on the back end with defensive penetration in mind, so I do get my defensive penetration up. But I do think if you guys have a higher damage increase, then your defensive penetration will be good if it's a little bit lower. So as you can see, I have 30% damage increase and then 18% defensive penetration. This is going to be insane for SOOHYUN. When she's in the battle, she's going to be nuking opponents into oblivion. And then of course, don't forget that fire damage bracelet when you guys do have her. And then as far as the artifacts I currently have on SOOHYUN, I do suggest 4-piece curse with 4-piece obsidian. This is most so going to be if you guys are in the blue or in the white. And then as always, in that hard content, content, that is when I'm going to suggest that you guys do pair up that beast set, get that extra set going, and then that way that'll help you out in the battle. I do think when hard mode Deimos comes out, I'm probably gonna eventually have to switch to the beast set just because of that harder, long drawn out battles, and then SOOHYUN will have upwards of 160% attack increase at the end of the battle. So that's definitely going to be insane to see on SOOHYUN. SOOHYUN is actually just being a nuke of a character right now, so very excited. And then as far as how you guys want to build her, I do want to show you guys this recommended skill level up order. Her basic skill 2 is honestly super insane, so make sure you prioritize that, and really these first 4 is probably the most important. So upgrade her basic skill 2 as much as you can, basic skill 1 as much as you can, core attack as much as you can, and then ultimate. So currently I have kind of an even spread of just level 7s all around, but for SOOHYUN, for that hard mode Deimos that's going to come out eventually, I'm definitely going to have to take these all the way up to level 10. So I can take this up to level 9 right now, so why not? Let's go ahead and just do it for the video's sake. And then boom, that is SOOHYUN. That is the best way you guys want to go ahead about building her. Now let's go ahead and move on to the hunter GINA. GINA's going to be a little bit easier to build in the case that I only recommend that you guys pair up 8-piece Burning Blessing. And then when you guys do have that 8-piece Burning Blessing, do keep in mind that GINA's damage does scale off of attack. So you're going to want to find things like defensive penetration, attack percentage, additional attack as substats. As you can see, some of crazy pieces that I have on my support characters, mainly because I was running support Sun Jinwoo for the longest of time. So now GINA gets to eat with my support Sun Jinwoo build. And honestly, I'm kind of liking GINA, how she looks, and she's my strongest hunter right now. She's at the very top left if you see. And this is my GINA's magnifying glass, 2800 attack, or no, 28,000 attack, sorry, and then 50% crit rate, 177 on the critical hit damage. And then like I said, I do think that around 15% for the defensive penetration and then around 30% for the damage increase is a very good sweet spot. So we're rocking that on GINA as well. Don't forget that fire damage bracelet. Now when it comes to the skills for GINA, honestly I have this pretty even as well, around level 7, but when it comes to recommended skill level up order, make sure you level up the basic skill 1 as fast as you can, and then the basic skill 2 along with the core attack, and then the ultimate attack. So with that, that is going to be how you want to build GINA. I do think GINA is a very good character, a very good sleeper honestly. But let's go ahead and move on to the last but not least, ESIL RADIRU. And then if you want to know about Emma Lawrence and Choi Jonin, I'm pretty sure we have guides on the channel on that. But if you guys want a little bit deeper, then just go ahead and comment right now, and then I'll come back and oblige with that. But ESIL RADIRU, honestly guys, this is probably one of the most complex characters in the game. We all know that you can build ESIL a plethora of ways, but again, I do recommend that you guys do eat on 8-piece Burning Greed. I still think this is going to be one of the best sets for ESIL, and I'm honestly saying no better set, no better return. So 8-piece Burning Greed, and then of course you do have to build 8-piece Burning Greed with things like attack percentage in mind. This piece right here is especially crazy, getting defensive penetration +4 on a piece that has attack percentage damage increase. So definitely if you guys can get as lucky as that, then you will see very good returns. And then something that's important to note, 4 boots guys. I currently do have critical hit damage, but I do think for your fire team, you want your boots to be defensive penetration as a main stat. So that's currently what I'm rocking on SOOHYUN right now, and then I will eventually move that for GINA, and then I will eventually move that for ESIL as well, because for some reason the fire team thrives more with defensive penetration than critical hit damage. So that is something to note. And then also, as we show you guys a little bit of gameplay and the best rotations, I'm actually going to be using Beru as a main shadow, so we can see that attack and critical hit damage buff at the same time. So I actually forgot that Beru could be a very good main shadow, and I have not yet used the fire team meta with Beru as a main shadow. So we're gonna do that right now. This is literally gonna be the first time I'm seeing it as well. So we're all gonna find out live and in the flesh. Really not live and in the flesh because this is a recorded video. But guys, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, leave a like on the video, all that other good stuff if you made it this far. Alrighty folks, let's show you guys the best way to play with that fire team. So when you guys start out with ESIL, I usually go in and use my basic skill 2 immediately. That's gonna start my prey stacks. As you can see, I have about 15. Now, the next best way to get your prey stacks is by extreme evading, and I just didn't do it, but let's actually do it this time, show you guys what I mean. So when you guys extreme evade, your target will get more prey stacks. So 2 ways to get it: basic skill 2, extreme evasion. Basic basic skill 2, extreme evasion. Keep in mind, when you guys do extreme evade, it will be on cooldown. So it might behoove you to like delay your extreme evasions if that does help. And then, you know, of course, still do your basic skill 2. So basic skill 2, extreme evasion. And then when a target does get to about 50 stacks, that's when you actually want to like seriously consider breaking your target. So as you can see, we even summon Baron. We're about to do our ultimate skill, and then from there, we're basically tag teaming this boss. I'm not gonna lie, it's insane. And then prey turns to prey on the weak. But if you use your basic skill 2, you can get even more prey on the weak stacks. And then mind you, we popped our ultimate, so now this target has about 70 prey on the weak stacks. So if you time it properly, you can get 70 stacks of prey on the weak to start in your battles, guys. That is insane. That is beyond insane, and I can't believe it. The fire team is looking like some monsters. And then don't forget, because you can still extreme evade and get more prey stacks. Mind you, prey on the weak can stack up to 100 times, guys. So please, please, please utilize that. All right, so let's go ahead and even get some more prey stacks. Oh my gosh, yo, he's putting some damage on us though. We don't want to die. That dying is not the goal, so let's pop ult. Let's go ahead, and then with GINA, I usually do basic skill 2 and then either core attack and ult, and then basic skill 2 while I rotate out. Let's go ahead and put SOOHYUN on that field, and it looks like now he's gonna be put into the next phase. But here's an important part, guys, because once we do this orb move, if we get all 3 green orbs, or if we just put them in the break state, all the stacks of prey will turn into prey on the weak. So I don't know if you need ESIL on the field for this to take place, but I do just put ESIL on the field. As you can see, prey on the weak does stack, and now we have 100 freaking stacks, guys. Absolutely insane. Now the fire team is going to be looking like some meta monsters. So let's showcase to you guys. Let's go ahead and use GINA. Use the entire team. Use the entire team, and now you can see SOOHYUN at full potential. So I can't even see the field halfway, but let's go ahead and pop ulti. We're just melting the boss's break gauge, right? So from there, boom, she does a good amount of damage, guys. Look at the damage. The boss is dropping. He was just at 50% like 2 seconds ago. So keep that in mind. This is the best way you guys want to start playing around with that fire team meta, because they are super useful. All right. So keep that in mind, play with that fire team as I freaking get this last orb kind of out the way. Boom. And let's say I had prey stacks, all that would turn into prey of the week right there, all right? And then I do like GINA because she's actually going to halt an opponent. So with that, you can actually extend your target's break state, I believe. So definitely the fire team was just a team that was waiting to bloom, and with ESIL RADIRU, oh my gosh, look at GINA. She's gonna do it all by herself. She's just gonna do it all by herself, guys. This is the best way how you optimize your fire team, and they're gonna play freaking nuclear. But with that, how do you guys play with your fire team? Go ahead and leave your thoughts, theories, and comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, and with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Y'all take care. Peace.